Guys, it's literally Monday. Like today, Monday, right now. I was supposed to have this episode for you like literally several hours ago, and I'm only just recording it now. I'm sorry. Okay. I literally had such a moment last week that I just did not know what to talk about. And then I was like trying to plan something, but it just wasn't happening. So we're going to do something a little bit more informal today because, I want to get this edited and uploaded for you guys. And I just still I have like some ideas floating in my head, but I want to be able to spend more time on them now that I've gotten the ideas in my head. I don't want to just like try to throw some bullshit together and fart into the microphone at you. Like I want to actually like make it quality. So, I thought because we have some new friends rolling in recently, I thought it would be a good idea to maybe like do a little hangout, like a little me and you 1 2, a little chopping it up sesh, okay, as the kids say, and let you know a little bit about me. And we can, just like I said, like yap it up a little bit. And I think it'll be kind of fun, a little informal, since I wanted it to be a little bit more of a hangout, informal vibe. Welcome to my bed. It's literally like 5 feet away from where I normally podcast because I live in a studio. But if you're on YouTube or you can see me, yeah, like we're in a different spot of the house, but you probably recognize it because there's not much room for moving around. So, hi, I'm so excited that you came over today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I asked my sister, girlfriend, BFF, Angel Queen, ChatGPT, what I should tell you guys about myself. So it generated a series of questions for me, and I will answer them for you, and we can talk about it and, get into ideas. But I just feel like we don't. We don't really know each other outside of self improvement that well. And there's just like that's just so not the only thing in my entire life. Like most of my life obviously does not involve self-improvement. It involves living. So I thought, we can know each other a little bit. Isn't that nice? Isn't that fun? So, and I say get to know each other because like relate with me, okay? Let me know in the comments. Are we the same? Do you have the same viewpoints? Like, I want to know. Speaking of leaving things in the comments, make sure to rate and review the show. 5 stars only are allowed here. If it's literally anything less, don't. I mean, you can give me feedback because I'm really open to hearing your honest review as long as it's constructive and not rude. But any sort of interaction you want to give me, it really helps the show. And it helps more people that think like you and I to find the show and live more wellish and feel good enough, even though we're imperfect. Absolutely do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Help other people and rate and review the show so that they can find the show easier. And don't forget about yourself because you absolutely have to take care of yourself too and subscribe to the show so that you do not miss any episodes of Wellish. All right, let's crack her wide open with a cute little icebreaker moment. So, the first question is if someone only knew me from my podcast, what's one thing they'd be surprised to learn about me? So, I mean, the first thing that comes to my brain is like how much I cry in therapy. But you know what? Your girl is experiencing things, okay? She's going through an evolution. 2025 is the year of evolution for me, all right? So I'm breaking free of a lot of things. So absolutely, I'm crying a lot in therapy. But I guess my point is just that like I ruminate and I don't get everything right. And I mean, but I guess you guys do know that about me because that's literally like the whole shtick is about not being perfect. And I want to think of something that's not self improvement. Hold on, stand by. Okay, what's coming into my brain right now is, and I'm gonna go zodiac with it. Okay, so if you're not into it, just listen to the traits. Okay, it's not about the zodiac, but like I really do identify with that. Like I have embody all of the characteristics of like a true Taurus, okay? So that's what my star sign is, my sun sign. I'm a Taurus and I am fully like I'm a materialistic person. Like I love stuff and I love shopping for stuff. I have such a horrible trigger finger with Amazon. It's like really a problem. And I will sit here and cry about money, but like impulse buy things on Amazon all the time. It's like because I convince myself that I need it. It's like genuinely a problem. Like, it's like an instant gratification impulse. I can't like release the thought until I just buy the thing. And once I have the things, I cannot let them go. Like there was a joke in my family that I was going to be a hoarder when I got older because I just like can't let go of things. Hold like such sentimental value onto absolutely everything. So letting go of things that had meaning to me in the past is like such a big deal to me. Like even like using like certain things, I think like, oh, the last time I touched this was or like relax, bro. Like I don't know like why I'm like that, but like I have a thing with materials. So that's a big thing with me. And then like same like vibe with the Taurus. Like I'm a total homebody. I would absolutely rather sit at home and hang out with myself than like be constantly out doing things. I say that, but like I obviously like going out and doing things. Like I am still an extroverted person. I go out with my friends a lot. I go on solo dates. I try to find things for me to do, but I am not unhappy sitting in my bed and watching Downton Abbey or whatever I'm watching at the given time. Being able to like eat in my bed and watch TV, or to be able to talk to you guys, or to sit and read my book, or to color, or to cuddle with my kitties, like anything along those lines, like reorganize something in my house. Like I love that kind of shit. Like I'm happy being at home. I like it. And then the other Taurus thing would be like I'm fully a stubborn person. And I'm stubborn in so many different ways. Like I'm stubborn in the ways that I think so like other people have to deal with that wrath unfortunately that are in my life. But I'm also stubborn like with myself. That's why I totally like I know I've talked to you guys in the past about that I will set my own rules for myself and then like beat myself up if I don't follow the rules to a T that I set for myself. It's like it all contributes to that stubbornness. So yeah. Those are some things that you might not know about me if you don't know me in real life. So now you do. Okay, next says paint us a picture. What's your perfect Saturday? My perfect Saturday, I would say, okay, 1000% that I could wake up whenever I want and I don't have to get up right away. Like, I don't want plans in the morning, especially because where I live, I'm a little bit of a distance from anybody that I would be going to see. Like, I'm 35 minutes from my mom. I'm a 45-minute train ride from my friends. I am like an hour from my dad. I'm an hour from my sister. So anybody that I would be going to see, I would have to like leave an hour earlier than the time that we would be making plans in the morning for. And then obviously like any sort of like event or anything like that. But like I I'd like to be able to just slowly wake up and like read something, watch TV, journal, something like that, that I'm like just like hanging out for myself and being able to like do my routine. That would be another thing. Like being able to continue with my morning routine, I'll call it for lack of a better word, without having to accommodate or adjust it so that I can make plans fit into my day, like being able to like wake up and get ready and make myself breakfast, go to the gym, go for a run, go walk outside. Like I would love to be able to come home, get ready slowly, like being able to do that. That would be like great. And then I would say maybe doing some sort of like event type of deal, like early afternoon would be cool, like any sort of show, a craft fair, just anything along those lines, or going to the beach, um, hanging out with friends, and like we would probably be doing something, a rooftop bar. I love a rooftop bar. I don't know what I'm going to do in Chicago now that I'm back in colder weather states when winter and fall start to hit and I can't go eat outside anymore. That's really sad. So I love to do like things like that. Um and then I would say I don't know, like right now Saturday really consists of like being out with my friends and going somewhere cool. So, like it would probably be a bar, but like just being able to like go out somewhere that I could dance would probably be like an ideal Saturday. I'm not super into going out, that's why I hesitate. Like, I sometimes don't really wanna go out as much as I do, but I enjoy it every single time I'm out with my friends, and, like, that's just kind of, like, what I'm doing right now. So, like, I just don't know if I wanna say, like, that's my perfect Saturday, but, like, right now, I guess that's what my perfect Saturday looks like. But maybe I'll say going out, but not getting completely shit-faced and spending a shit ton of money and coming home and waking up on Sunday feeling like a piece of shit. Like, that's gonna be my stipulation. Like, I love to go out with my friends, but if I could control my drinking habits so that I don't ruin my next day or I don't ruin my bank account, that's an ideal Saturday for you right there, wrapped up with a cute little bow. Okay, next one is, what is your go-to coffee or cocktail order and what does that say about you? So, I am more cocktail oriented than coffee oriented. I'm definitely a coffee drinker. I do like it, but I'm just not like a huge coffee drinker. I really love a seasonal drink. So, I just got the pumpkin spice latte this morning for the first time. So that was super fun and exciting, like a cute little treat. But I'm not like, if I was gonna order a coffee, it's probably like a simple like vanilla latte, something like that, like very boring. Um, I don't like, like all of the things. I'm not a huge Starbucks fan. I don't like Dunkin'. I really like just like one-off coffee shops a lot. So that's kind of like more of the vibe that I lean into, or just drinking coffee at home. Like I fucking love an airport coffee, like an airplane coffee, like an old man coffee like that, or like a hotel coffee. I love that. I think that's so good. Some half and half in there. That's it. No sugar. Perfect. Love it. Cocktail, I am a variety person. Like I've always felt a little like unsure about what to order when it comes to cocktails. I have done an array of things, and what I normally do is I get on like a kick that like I will order a certain kind of drink and stick with that for a little while. Right now what I'm drinking is tequila pineapples because the pineapple cancels out the taste of the tequila. So I have been drinking those a lot of the time. I learned recently that I really like dirty martinis. I'm a big olive girly, so like with the olive juice and the olives in there, I think that's super good. So I've been drinking those recently. So, yeah, I would say that maybe says that I'm fucking basic. Is what my coffee order and cocktail orders say about me. But you know what? I like to keep it simple, okay? I like what I like. I don't want to do anything crazy, and I'm not being performative. I'm not trying to like what's cool. I just like what I like, and if I find something new that I like, I'll try it. All right? It is what it is. Do you have any quirky habits or routines that your friends tease you about? Um, oh wait, I 100% know. So I pick my eyelash. It's really a problem. I've done it literally my entire life, and everybody in my life that's close with me knows to tell me to stop doing it. And my eyelashes are literally all broken because of it. And sometimes I can get myself to stop and they'll grow out and they look nice. And it pisses me off because my sister has beautiful long eyelashes, and I know I would have them too if I would just leave my fucking eye alone. But it's an anxiety thing. It's called trichotillomania, okay? I think trichot trichotillomania, that's what it is. And if you're somebody that bites your nails or picks at your hair or does anything that's like a fixation on your human body, you have trichotillomania too, bitch. So I'm not fully crazy, and I don't pull my eyelashes out. So my family literally laughs a shit ton at me when I tell them my little techniques. So I'll tell you guys so you can enjoy them too. So I've got the shelf. Okay. The shelf is when I put my middle finger underneath my eyelashes and I take my pointer finger and push my eyelashes in. Or I do the pinch, and that's just pinching them between my eyelashes between my thumb and my pointer finger. I've got the hook. The hook is going, taking my hand and going over my head to my opposite eye and using my ring finger to poke at my eyelashes. I'm not pulling them out. I'm just like crunching them. And the problem is that I like the feeling of my eyelash being fucked with, and I like the feeling of it on my fingers. So like my mom has made me like erasers with velcro to fuck with. She's made me tennis balls with eyelashes that I can try to play with. But the problem is that like I like the stimulation on my eye too, and it's again it's an anxiety thing. So it's like I don't realize I'm doing it. I'm like in a space out and I'm just going to town on my eyelash. Like when I was in school and I'd be taking tests, I would not know the answer and I'd be freaking out and I would be going to town on my eyelash. I'm working on something for work, going to town on my eyelash. I'm editing and I can't figure out if I like something or not. I'm picking my eyelash. I'm sitting here ruminating about something. I'm picking my eyelash. I mean, it happens constantly. So I'm really trying to get better at that habit, but she might be something that just like always lives with me a little bit. It's sad because I wish I could not have fucked up eyelashes because I literally have like the outer corner and the inner corner of my eyes are normal, but the inner like the middle part of my eyelashes, they sometimes can get pretty stumpy. So, and they're like kind of like different lengths and shit like that. So, now that I've made myself sound like a fucking insane person, that's my quirky habit that people laugh at me for. Wait, I kind of love that I told you guys that. Like, I really feel like that's exciting because I've thought about telling you guys about that in the past, but I just like never found a way to incorporate that into an episode. But like, it's totally an anxiety thing. So I've thought about telling you guys about it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of hilarious. Okay, anyways, don't look at me like that. If you were a character in a movie, who would you play and why? I kind of hate that question. But the first thought, I hate it because I just feel like how could I ever pick? Like I feel like I relate to so many different characters for so many different reasons. But the thing that pops into my head first is well, The Little Mermaid popped into my head. That's my childhood favorite Disney movie, favorite princess. And the reason that I feel like I would play her, other than the fact that she's a mermaid and I used to like make potions to try to like also be a mermaid, and I'm still angry to this day that I can't figure that out. But I think because I love that she was supposed to be something else, that she was supposed to be put into this box, that she identified as something different. I mean, she identified as a completely different species living in a completely different world and had the bravery to give up a huge piece of herself, her voice, in order to be something that she had no idea what it was, but it just called to her, like being a person. And like, we're just gonna ignore the fact that she did it for a man. Like, we don't have to talk about that part. But just like, did she though? Like, she just like, she wouldn't have done it if she I mean, maybe she would have. I'm analyzing this too deep, but you get my point. That like she identified as something entirely different, and she defied all odds and broke out of that identity box to enter this whole new world. A whole new world. They totally did not do that on purpose. Look at that. They were really on point with the fucking songs. But she breaks into this whole new world. Is that the same movie? That's The Little Mermaid, right? Maybe it's not. That's Aladdin. That's Aladdin. Okay, but whatever. We're gonna move on. But goes to this new world that she doesn't know anybody. She doesn't have any family. She doesn't have any friends. She just has to fully do it for herself, and she believes in herself and goes against what everybody in her life wants for her because this is what she wants. And I just think that's so cool. And it also kind of makes me think of Reese Witherspoon. What's Legally Blonde? Elle Woods. The same idea that it's like she was in this box. She was supposed to be this certain thing. Everybody labeled her as a certain thing. And she was like, no, screw that. I'm going to do it for me. This is what I want to do. Another example that it was originally for a man, but then obviously it ended up being for her. So like we're just going to ignore like that piece of it, but I just love the identity shift. I love the breaking out of the box. Like I just think that's super cool. What's a childhood story that people in your life still bring up? The first thing that comes to mind, and I wish I could think of something better than this. Well, okay, so what I was originally going to say is the amount of times that I would literally stuff my entire body full of all the different kinds of food and throw up. Like that was a really bad habit that I had. Like I would eat all this different shit like that did not go together. Like I'd be eating like Mexican and seafood and steak and ribs and garbage junk food like all in one day, and then I would throw up. Or there was this one time that still gets brought up that I sat and ate an entire gigantic bowl of shrimp by myself and I threw that up. Not on purpose, but like I literally just like my stomach couldn't handle it. But I think that I did really good by me because now I have a stomach of steel. Okay. Like I eat raw steak, I eat oysters, I eat like anytime, like today, I accidentally left pizza that I had at my mom's last night. I left it in my laundry basket that I brought back home overnight and most of the day, and I still ate that and like didn't feel bad. I feel fine. So like I have eaten undercooked chicken. I have gotten sick from that before, and undercooked salmon, but I've only gotten sick for it like twice in my life, and like normally I'm okay. So like I just think I've like really trained my stomach to be incredible, but like that's definitely something that still comes up from my childhood is the amount of times that I would like eat way too much or eat way too much of a variety to the point that I would make myself sick. And then the other thing that I thought of as I was about to say that is that I went to at the end of my street, there was this like reptile fair that was happening, which in retrospect is like literally super random for where I grew up and for like where the reptile fair was. Like, why was there a person pulling out a whole bunch of reptiles out of the back of their van and we were all like going to look at them? I don't know. It just seems like weird, but okay. So we went and it was literally some random thing, and at some random table they had one of those like green, it was a green like gummy bracelet. You know what, like what I'm talking about? Like they were like athletes would wear them. They would make them for like breast cancer awareness. You go to a marathon and they're handing out those little rubber bracelets. It's like just one of those random things. So it was this random fucking bracelet from this reptile thing that I had literally no connection to, that I put on my ankle, my left ankle, and I left that bitch on my ankle for 13 years, and I literally refused to take it off because it got to the point that I had it on for so long that I wanted to see how long I could have it on. It didn't even say anything anymore. It was just like a worn rubber bracelet, or anklet, I guess is what it really is. But I was a competitive cheerleader, so I would like roll it down into my sock. I went to homecomings with it, the 8th grade dance, whatever, like anything that I was wearing, a dress that I shouldn't have been wearing, this rubber fucking thing on my ankle. I was wearing it every summer. I had the tan line. I literally never took it off. And one day I used to coach Park District cheerleading for little kids when I was in high school. And so I did some sort of like tumbling something. And my foot got stuck on it, and it was just so weak after 13 years that it snapped right off of my foot. And I couldn't freak out because I was in front of all of these little girls that were like, I was coaching, like I had to like, show face or whatever. But I literally was like, ah, stabbed in the heart that it had finally come off. But also, I definitely remember feeling relief. So, yeah, you guys are probably gonna get to the end of this episode and think I'm a fucking freak, but it's true. I definitely did that. So if you've ever heard me talk on the podcast about green anklet syndrome, which essentially is my way of saying that you're sticking to things way longer than you need to stick to them, but you're so committed and you're this far in, so you have to stick with it. That's what I'm talking about. That's the story that originated the green anklet syndrome idea that we talk about on Wellish. Do you remember your most chaotic teenage fashion phase? 100% it wasn't so much the clothes. At that time, we all had bad clothes, okay? Like, it is not like today that everybody looks good, because we really didn't have social media like that. And so you just had to like put on Aeropostale shirts and Hollister shirts and like call that a day. You just only had like each other to compare each other to. So I feel like the fashion, like while it was crazy, it was what it was. But my craziest fashion choice would have been my hair. I cut my hair into that like scene style that I had the layers that were like this fucking short, like way, I'm sorry for if you can't see me. I have my like it was like like above my temple, like short, right? And then it goes into the super tiny strands all the way down. And it was just like that wasn't didn't make sense. You couldn't put your hair in a ponytail. It looked like you had a bowl cut. It just like totally did not work at all. But you know what? I'm glad I did it. It was kind of fun. It was fun to follow that phase. Who was your first celebrity crush, and does that still track with your taste now? My first celebrity crush was Justin Bieber. Absolutely 100% a believer over here. But we had a different kind of love story. We were enemies to lovers. So I actually was in denial about my love for him first. I was like totally on the train that I hated him and he was horrible and that he sounded like a girl and like did that whole thing. I was fully just like in denial. But then he was my first celebrity crush and I literally would lose my mind over that man. He was just like so great to me. And it did track with my crushes at the time. My therapist asked me the other day what my type was, like if I could pick a celebrity to describe my type, and my answer was Chris Hemsworth because like obviously, but I just like never like I'm not like into Chris Hemsworth. Like I don't like look at him and watch his stuff and like whatever. Like I don't think about him, but like that was the name that comes to my mind. Like just the shape of his head, his hair, his body type. That that is my type. So different than Justin for sure, but I will always love Justin. I think he's incredible. And I think him being insane now is a product of the environment that he was raised in and nobody cared for him. And so I feel bad that he's the way that he is. And I love him. He doesn't need my pity. He's doing incredible. Okay, moving on. What book, movie, or song shaped me the most outside of self improvement? I can't give you titles, but I can say that anything with a strong female lead. I really enjoyed the damsel in distress books for a little while, and I think they're good, like Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I do enjoy reading them, but I do think that it contributed to my toxic ideas with love, that like what it was supposed to look like that's not good and that's not me. Having books and songs that are more about empowerment and strong female characters, that is definitely what shapes me more. It makes me feel more seen, it makes me feel more validated, and it makes me feel more powerful to do that and to know that I can be a strong woman. And I think the strong men that like are like with the strong females are so much sexier than the idea that like they need me to be small and weak. And that's just me, you know? Like you're into whatever you're into, but like the idea of a traditionally masculine strong man with like a progressive mindset that's proud of my autonomy and proud of everything that I can do instead of being threatened by it is so cool to me. Like I think of um Onyx Storm, what's the Fourth Wing, that like she is super powerful and she's got all of these powers and she's really strong and she's with this really strong dude and he just is in awe of her and thinks that she's just so incredible, but he's like this badass masculine strong dude, but is just like he loves her strong femaleness, and I just think it's so incredible. Same thing with like A Court of Thorns and Roses. I get the same vibe from those books. You know, all like that kind of stuff. I just and in like songs that kind of have that same idea, like that it's just this badass female that isn't gonna let people or things in life tear her down. I love that. That's my fucking jam right there. What reality TV show would you absolutely thrive on, and which one would you crash and burn in? So I don't know if there's one that I would necessarily thrive in. I think that like if I was to be on a reality TV show, none of them are really my personality. Like Survivor would die, could not do that. Naked and Afraid, could not do that. Would never do that. What's it, Big Brother, like and like shows like that kind of vibe. I I like games, I like puzzles. I don't think I could do that, and I don't like the alliance and like going against other people and being sneaky. Like I don't like that kind of a vibe. I did always say that I thought if I was ever single again, and hello, here we are, I would love to be on something like The Bachelor. I always was like, I'm gonna sign up. If we're ever not together one day, I'm gonna sign up for The Bachelor. And like I think that would be pretty lit, you know what I mean? But like I also don't know with all of my wounds if being in a room with 28 other women being compared to each other and like fighting for the affection of a man that the relationship quite possibly might not work out and it's also on national television. Like I don't know if that's really my vibe. You know, it's just doesn't really see, like same with like Love Island. Love Island seems like that would be super fun, but you know, I'm just not the kind of girly that's in a bikini and heels and humping people in challenges. Like that's just not my personality. So it's like fun in theory and like I would like to think I would do something fun like that, but and just like I just don't really know if reality TV shows like that would be my vibe. But if you put me on like Vanderpump Rules, like put me on a show like that, like The Valley, something that like it's just like friends hanging out, existing and navigating drama, that shit I would thrive on. Absolutely, I would thrive on that kind of shit because me and all my self-improvement shit and all my, you know, like trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing and people being shady and them being called out on that and having to take accountability for their actions because it's all displayed and you know just like being confronted with my own things that I do wrong and having to take accountability for those things and being able to like see what I'm doing in real life so I can grow from that I would absolutely thrive on something like that. That would be super fun to me. And to like have this like weird bond with a group of people that you fight with all the time, but because you fight all the time and you're in this experience of everybody seeing your private life because you're on a reality TV show and like the closeness of that, I really like that idea. I think that seems really great. Like it reminds me of being in cheerleading or it reminds me of being in a sorority. Like environments that people are not getting along, but you're all in this thing together and so you do get along and like are closer for it. I like it. I think I would thrive there. Where's the most unexpected place you've ever found yourself? I know the answer right away to this one. The most unexpected place I ever found myself was on the back of a random Italian man's motorcycle when I was 17 years old in Sicily, Italy. Why was I there? Why would I say yes? Why would I get on the back of a random man's motorcycle and let him drive me around the city in a foreign country? I have no idea. Was that completely not smart? Absolutely. Am I like, who let me do that? Like, who let me drive away like that? I'm confused. I don't understand. Absolutely. But now I got a fun story to tell. I'm here to tell the story. So, you know, it all worked out. And I'm actually really glad I did it because, like, I have this fun, cool story to tell. But, like, why? Why? Like, it just, like, goes against literally everything you've ever been taught ever. And then, like, add foreign country on top of it. Like, I was literally at a bar and wasn't like this wasn't one of the guys that was friends with the people I was with. He was literally just a random man that started flirting with me and asked if I wanted to go on a ride on his motorcycle. Like, hello, moron. But I'm glad to have said I've done it and it's a fun story to tell. I also say unexpected because that's just like so not me. Like I'm normally a little bit more nervous to do stuff like that and I try to be more spontaneous. Like it's something that I have to like put in an effort for. I love spontaneity. I love that in other people. I have a thing that I like look for that in partners because it lacks in me. And so I'm trying to work on my own spontaneity and bring that into my own life so that I don't have some chaotic man running shit and doing weird things just because he thinks he's spontaneous. But like that was fully spontaneous naturally. Like I wasn't like, I just have to go because I said I was like, it wasn't like that. I was just like, okay. And I went And I love that. Fully unexpected. What's one trip that changed the way you see the world? Same exact trip. The trip that I went to Italy, I spent 10 days in Termini Imerese, Sicily, Italy, on an exchange program. When I was 17 years old, I went with high school because I was in AP Italian. You didn't have to be an AP Italian to go, but like I had taken Italian all 4 years and I wanted to be a part of the exchange program. So a girl came from Italy. Her name was Ginevra, and I still, we have each other on Instagram and stuff like that. She was great. I loved her. And she came and stayed with my family for 10 days, and that was over Thanksgiving so that they could experience an American Thanksgiving. And then we went over to them in March to experience Easter, Catholic Easter in Italy. So it was super, super cool. I stayed with her family. I rode to school on her moped, went past the giant mountains, the cliff edge, the Mediterranean Sea. We're driving by to get to fucking school. We ate croissants for breakfast. We went to bars and ate like a spleen sandwich and I went, like I think I said already, I went to school. I went to Mount Etna. It was, I mean, like, and when you would go to school, you could just like show up whenever. They had a cappuccino vending machine in their high school. We got to like dress up and do this like culture party. We went to people's houses and hung out and partied and that kind of a thing. And it was just like with this big group of my friends from high school, all paired with this group of Italians that went to school together. And it changed my perspective of the world because of like how the same everybody is. I was so blown away by the fact that we're all just people and we were all the same age and we were all experiencing the same things, the same type of relationship drama, the same type of friendship drama, the same type of family drama. Like we all thought the same way, operated the same. It was just the culture was a little bit different. Like there were just little differences like that, but I mean it was just like being at my high school in Chicago. So I mean it blew my mind because it was just like we're all just like living the same life even though you're across the world. I don't understand that. It was just like such a cool, crazy, life-changing, I'll never forget it kind of experience. And I think the other big thing that I learned from that changed my worldview was just like how beautiful of places there are in the world. Like I remember standing at that same bar that I got on the guy's motorcycle. Across the street from that, there was like these benches and it was the Mediterranean Sea. I was like on the top of like a mountain and there was the Mediterranean Sea down below and then like other cliff like mountains to the left of me. And I just remember standing there and literally having this thought like, oh my God, like, why did I grow up in the Midwest? Like, this exists. Like, why do people live in the Midwest? I can't comprehend. I don't understand it. And just like, it just makes me so excited to be able to experience other beautiful places and to just know that, like, that exists in the world. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. It's just so cool. If you could teleport anywhere for 24 hours right now, where are you going? Okay, well, on that same note, like definitely Europe, I would say. Like somewhere over there would be cool. Um Out of like any country, yeah, like I would say like definitely Europe. Like I would like to do like England, France, Ireland. I don't know. I just have some pull to Europe. I know a lot of people do. Probably goes back to my cocktail coffee order. Like maybe that makes me basic, but there's just something about it that I am obsessed with. Like I watch Emily in Paris and I literally used to say that I if I became single, which here I am, that I would move to Paris. Like that I just thought that that would be so cool. Just like and it's not even like about like Paris and like moving there and being there forever. It's just about like maybe spending a year living in a foreign country just to experience what life is like for all of the reasons that I just gave about Italy. Like just to simply be somewhere different and have that knowledge under my belt. I don't know, there's something about it that just like gets inside me and squeezes. Like I love it. I think it's just it's so cool. So 24 hours anywhere I could transport, somewhere over there. I would love to like backpack through Europe. I think that would be so cool. I've thought about that literally for as long as I can remember. Yeah, something along those lines. When do you feel the most like yourself? I feel the most like myself when I'm alone, for sure. Like, I think when I spend time by myself and I'm channeled into what I'm doing and I'm operating in alignment with me and I'm doing things that make me feel good, like when I wake up and I journal and I walk to the gym and then I walk home and I get ready and maybe I do a meditation or maybe I make myself breakfast or maybe I read a book or maybe I just go on a walk, when I go on a run, when I do like something that's to make me feel good. When I'm making my bed in the morning, like cleaning my space, cleaning my house, like all of that stuff that is for my greater good. And when I'm alone, like some like and same thing, greater good, like solo dates, like when I go out to lunch by myself or something along those lines, like that makes me feel really good. Um so yeah, I feel the most like myself when I'm by myself. And I think that it's something I have really noticed lately because I really want to start to be able to project it outward, like when I am with other people. Like, I think that it's kind of like a process that I have to get really good at being myself with myself first. And as I continue to do that, it will start to show up more. I'll start to feel like it when I'm around other people also. What's a core memory that shaped who you are today? So, right off the bat, it's going to sound depressing. And I wish that I had a happier sort of answer to give, but it's the truth. Like, this really is what shaped me, and it ended up shaping me for the better. It's every single betrayal that I have experienced. I had best friends growing up, several different ones that turned on me, talked shit about me behind my back, started rumors about me, made their own little cliques and kicked me out of them, made up rumor, as I said already, made up rumors about me, like that kind of a thing. And I remember like one friend in particular, I was really hurt about it because I didn't do anything to her. She just like turned on me one day and I was just like I didn't understand why, like why that happened or what I did to make her upset and make her become so mean to me. Um and I just kind of had that experience with girlfriends a lot growing up. So that was one. And then my dad having an affair, I think that was another really big loss. And then when it happened again and my mom ended it and my family was gone, I was really upset about that, obviously, because I loved my family. Like, my family was very much like, it's the thing that I miss the most in the world. Like, I loved the close knit family that we had, that we all just like got along really well and we enjoyed each other's company. And like, I have my parents' signatures tattooed on my wrist. I have, you know, I'm really close to them. I really enjoyed being able to hang out with them, and the idea of never being with them at the same time. Oh my God, it's making me upset. The idea of never being able to be with them again at the same time ever again, like in a way that I knew it was, or like I never ever thought this would happen to my family. I thought my parents loved each other. They always got along. They always were spending time together. They were always doing things together. So, it was just not the dynamic of my family, and I always felt really proud of that, and I always felt really like good about that my parents were still together. I was very proud of that. And then like suddenly my family disappeared, and I obviously still have the people individually, but it's not the same. So that was the next like big loss that I experienced. And then I was in a relationship that I was cheated on all of the time, and I just kept going back to him and didn't understand why, no matter what I did, no matter how nice I was, no matter how accepting I was, no matter how much I forgave, he just always would do that to me. And obviously I see all of the reasons now, that it had nothing to do with me. It was him, and I just needed self-respect. And then this last blow of my fiance, ex-fiance, discarding me, completely blindsiding me, pretending to love me, up until the day that he left, and then just like fully like changing into this person that I've never experienced in my life, and was just like really horrible to me, and I didn't understand that. So those things, again, like I said, it sounds depressing at face value, but like it really has shaped who I am for the better, because it's shaped who I am, like, in my wounds, obviously, but it has shaped who I am in a way that, like, I'm a resilient ass bitch. Like, I'm a really strong person, and I really trust the process, and I know that nothing is predictable, and I can surrender to whatever life gives me now, and I feel like I have depth and I have growth, and I can evolve, and I can look inward, and I'm awake to who I am, and what I want to be in the world, and what I want to do with my life, and how I want to feel about myself. Like, I don't just operate and not like with no insight. Like, there's a lot of people that just operate with zero insight because they're just fully externally focused, and there's no internal focus, there's no internal exploration. And I just don't operate like that because I have had these experiences that have caused me such internal hurt that I had to work through it. And because of having to work through those things, I learned a lot about myself, and a lot about how I operate, and a lot about why I operate the way I do. And it's allowed me to heal wounds and just like really put myself on this path to being so on such a high frequency that I just am so grateful that I experienced all of that stuff, because I think that if none of that had happened, I just would not be as insightful and aware, and really like the things that I love most about myself, like as confident, as self-trusting. Like, I would not be as all of those things as I am because I had those experiences. So those things really shaped who I am for sure, but in the best way. Like, I didn't let it destroy me and tear me down and make me hate my life and feel like nothing ever works out and everything bad always happens to me, and turn into this like victim mentality. I took what happened, and I allowed it to make me stronger and make me evolve and make me love myself more and trust myself more and have more confidence and be able to surrender and allow life to play out and trust myself to handle situations as life throws them at me. Yeah, fully grateful for all the things that I have experienced and how they've shaped me. Okay, let's kick us off with some lighter shit, because that got a little heavy at the end there, with some like personal heavy moments. So, we're going to do a quick rapid fire moment. So, first one, dogs or cats? Obviously cats. Your girl's a cat person. I've got two. My cat Judy is my other cat Mango's mom. So, love those two. I've had them for 5 years now. Judy was a stray, showed up in my mom's backyard, had Mango and three other kittens, kept Mango, gave the other kittens away, and I love them to death. But that's not to say I'm not a dog person. I actually wanted a dog, but then Judy showed up in my backyard. So that idea went out the window, and I just don't want to traumatize my cats with a dog. I want to have a yard for the dog. Like, I don't want to be in the studio apartment with three pets. It's just like money, all that stuff. It's just like a lot. So, love dogs. I think they're incredible, but I don't love the jumping. I don't love the licking. I don't love the in your face. Like, I love the chillness of cats, and that they just vibe, and that they can hang out all day. You don't have to like let them outside. It's great. Love the kitties. Sweet or salty? I'm definitely a salty, but I'm actually gonna add one. I'm gonna say savory. Like I'm absolutely a savory person. I love sweets, like I love chocolate. I love cupcakes. I'm not a big cake person. I do like pie. I like candy, but like I'm not like reaching for it normally. Like I'm definitely reaching for something more savory. I I just I don't know. I love that kind of shit. Planner or spontaneous? We just talked about this. Definitely a planner. I'm absolutely a planner, but I'm not like a huge planner. So like I love a plan. Like I love to know what I'm doing so that I can make sure it happens or that I can, like have like a plan in action, but I'm more of like a go with the flow. Like I want somebody else to make the plan. I don't want to be the planner. I want there to be one, but I just want to like spontaneously almost like go with what they want to do. And like I'm like again, I'm just like a really go with the flow person. Like you guys want to do that? Sure, I'm there. You guys want to eat this? Sure, that's fine. You guys want to go whatever? Like I'm very chill when it comes to that kind of stuff. What's the last thing I googled? Wait, I don't know. I mean, and you have my phone. What about is my Google connected to my iPad? Let's see. Okay, no, it's not, but my ChatGPT is, and I use ChatGPT more than Google. So let's look up what my last ChatGPT was, other than these questions, because that's technically the last thing I looked up. Ooh, okay. This is a good one. I looked up how to manifest because I think that I am really good at manifesting. I was talking to my mom last night and I was telling her some stuff, and we were like, oh my God, like you're doing something. And so I I don't know. I think I need to hone in on the skill. Like, I think it's like a power that I need to gain the skill for so that I can apply it tactfully instead of just like randomly manifesting things because I really do be saying shit and it happens. So, I am trying to learn about manifestation more. So, the last thing I looked up was the things that I needed to do in order to hone in the skill of manifestation. So, I had ChatGPT made me a cute little curriculum, like how we had talked about a couple weeks ago with the curriculums. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's super fun. Okay, last but not least, if your life had a theme song this year, what would it be? Something about fucking, I know, titanium, David Guetta. You shoot me down, but I won't fall because I'm fucking titanium, bitch. That's 100% what the song is. I love that song. I've literally always loved that song. And then I played it to like get my spirits up like at the beginning of this year when everything happened in my life with my relationship ending. And I was literally like, oh my God, the words to this song. I've never like really heard the words to this song. Like there was always a reason why that song was like sticking around for me for some reason. So that's gonna be my theme song this year. Okay, that's it. I loved hanging out with you. This was actually super fun. We got to talk about some stuff that like I've always kind of wanted you guys to know about me, but I just like never had the avenue to really tell you because I just thought, like you came here for what you came for, you're not about this kind of stuff. But like it's fun to like take a cute little moment to get to know each other, especially as we're coming up on Wellish's third birthday on September 19th. So I think it was well overdue and a good thing to do. So if you have not already, subscribe to the show. I don't have a question of the week for you. I'm just realizing that right now. I literally say every week, never neglect, but I definitely did not look that up. So sorry about that, but that means that we'll do one next Monday. So make sure to send me any of your questions, any and all of your questions or stories. Like I would love to tell some Wellish stories. I haven't like gotten any of those yet, but I think that would be super fun. Like if you had anything that was like really Wellish that you did, I would love to hear about it. So send that in to me. The easiest way to do that is via DM. So DM it to me. You can do that on Instagram or on TikTok. Both of those are at Wellish Podcast. If you check me out on TikTok too, I'm constantly posting videos about Wellish lifestyle and ideas and just like spitballing that kind of deal. So like if you are fully Wellish, you also want to make sure you're over there so you're getting your Wellish dose every day instead of once a week. And then you can also DM things to me on my personal Instagram at sarah.rittendale. This was super fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you the most, and I will talk to you Monday with a fully cooked idea. I'm thinking something about manipulation because I had a revelation about manipulation that it's not all evil people that manipulate, that we might be manipulating more than we think we are. So let's talk about it. I'm excited about it. Okay. I love you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.